Hi, it's Jason and Megan from Oma's Applesauce, and we are headed down to Sydney today.
Yeah, we're about to meet Jenny. She actually has 3 of her family members living in the one Opal healthcare community.
3?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it'll be great to understand how she navigated that with the team.
Absolutely.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Jenny, super appreciative of you opening your beautiful home to chat with us today. Sharing your journey is really, really important, not only for us to hear, but for a lot of people to sort of understand what different people's journeys through care look like. So thank you. It sounds like your mum has been a wonderful matriarch, a family matriarch for you. Can you tell us a bit about her? What was she like as a role model in your family?
Mum was very strong. I suppose she had to be because Dad was in the army and she had 5 children. And she had one that was handicapped. So her life was basically around looking after Russell. And she's now 95, so I suppose she's had, a purpose, and it's kept her very alert and very strong.
How did her care journey start?
To be quite honest, we had care for my brother, but not for Mum, because Mum was fine. She cooked, she, managed the home quite well. The help she did have when she was at home was probably the gardening and a cleaner every fortnight, but she didn't need any personal care.
Okay.
No, none whatsoever.
Jenny, can you tell me a little bit about your family dynamic? Maybe sort of set the scene for us about what life at home for Mum was like.
Well, my mum has always been a carer for my brother, who was born handicapped. He has a twin brother, and he's fine. But Russell was basically born handicapped, so non-verbal, right. And needed full care. He basically couldn't care for himself. So Mum basically looked after him from birth. And she used to work a couple of nights during the week when everyone was home. That was her little breakaway. But apart from that, we all went to school and, got home at 3 o'clock because we knew that Mum was home all day with Russell. So we're a pretty sort of close family. I've got 4 brothers and I'm the only daughter, and I'm the youngest. Mm-hmm. We're very close, and we all had a chore to do.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So what changed?
Well, Mum got COVID about 2 years ago. It was just before Christmas, and she was not very well after COVID. She had a huge respiratory attack at home through the night, and she called me, and then we called the ambulance, and then she went into hospital, and we basically thought we were going to lose her then. Mm-hmm. And that was in the February. So Mum was in hospital for a whole month. We really thought Mum would not make it. But she did. She came out of it, and she basically then went into rehab for about a fortnight. And while she was at rehab was when she said to me, "Jenny, I don't think, I'm going to make it going home." And I was quite shocked because Mum was so independent. So I went, "What do you mean, you don't want to go home?" And she said, "I don't really think I want to go home. So can you,
Was that hard for you to accept?
It was because I did suggest to her that I'd take a month off work and we'll go home together. Mm-hmm. And I'd stay with her and, we'll work things out and get full care, just as we did, for my brother, mornings and evenings and, cleaners and all that sort of thing. And she said, "No, I just don't want to go home."
Yeah. That's a really different scenario to hear because most families experience the exact opposite, where a loved one who needs care is really resistant.
I know. I was shocked, and then I contacted my brothers, and they were saying, "Oh no, Mum's got to come back home."
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it? It's just the exact flip of that, isn't it? Of what you'd expect. Yeah.
My brothers went, "What?" And I said, "Well, she doesn't want to go back home." I actually spoke to the social worker at the hospital, and the social worker said to me, "Have you been assessed? Have you had all that done?" And I said, "Yes, I've had Mum assessed for permanent care as well," which I did probably 2 years prior. And so the social worker said to me, have you looked at many places? And I said, well, I did a couple of years ago. I looked at about 17 places.
Oh, wow.
But I think I will go back to, because my mum actually said to me, I'd like to go to where Russell is because it was just such a lovely place. And she'd visited him there and, used to visit him every fortnight. So she knew the setup.
So, Jenny, tell us a bit about Bankstown Terrace Care Community. What are some of the things that make that community feel right for your family?
As soon as you walk in there, you feel that it's home. I mean, they greet you. Oh, hi, Jenny, how are you? We've just seen Mum, she's just, she's looking great today. And everyone knows everyone by their first name. And then you get up to her level and, the nursing sister, the RN greets you and because she knows I'd like an update before I go and see Mum, she'll give me a quick update. And the nursing staff, just everyone knows you by your first name. And I think that the most touching thing is they call her ma'am, which is lovely. Some call her mum, some call her ma'am. It's just really a lot of good energy. Yeah. That's what I thought.
How else does the team support your mum? What else do they do?
Mum's very mobile, but she's frightened of having a fall. So she waits for the nurse to come in at 7 and get her up and showered and then she's ready for breakfast. And then she has a bit of a respiratory issue at the moment, so she has to have oxygen every morning for half an hour. So after breakfast, they bring her back in and they sit her comfortably on her chair and monitor her oxygen. Then she'll head off and do a bit of morning physio, exercise. They've got a lot of things happening there. They've got cooking classes and music classes and happy hour. And so there's always happy hour.
We'll have to continue this interview a little later.
That's usually at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but there's heaps of things to do. Yeah, they keep them busy.
So how does the team, facilitate your mum being able to see your brother Russell? Is that part of her day routine as well?
She used to pop in and see him every day, but she wants to give him that independence as well. Right. So she now visits him probably every second day. I have got an older brother that's there, and he visits Mum.
In the same care community?
In the same care community. And so Conrad's my older brother, and he's there. He's just moved in there about 3 months ago. He visits Mum every morning. Yeah. So she sees us all. Yeah.
And has Mum made any other connections with any of the other residents within Bankstown Terrace?
Yes. Yeah. She's made some friends. Yeah, she's made quite a few. Yeah.
So how has she adjusted then from having that privacy of independent living through to living in a care community?
To be quite honest, I'm quite surprised how well Mum fitted in, because I was thinking, wow, is Mum going to call me and say, oh, well, I'm not quite sure about the food, because Mum loves eating her Italian food and her Sri Lankan curries and things, and I was worried about that. I was worried about the food. But again, with Bankstown Terrace, they sat me down a few months ago and basically asked me what, my mum likes to eat and what my brother likes to eat, and because they could see me bringing in an occasional home-cooked dinner. And they said, look, you don't have to do that, tell us what, they want and we'll prepare it for them, once a week. Yeah, so it's been great. Yeah.
How does she pass the days? What does she do? She'll have a routine.
They have, there's a timetable that I get each week from them, basically telling us what they're doing. So, and there's outings as well. There's, bus trips. There's dancing classes. There's movie night. And they have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
in the garden, which is every fortnight. And now they've organised lunches on a Saturday. It could be a Spanish theme, or it could be an Italian theme, or South American.
It's great that you hear all the things that are going on as well.
Oh yeah.
And then you can prompt when you visit, and you can prompt and say, "Have you been to?"
Yeah. That's what I try and do. But they send you the roster every week, and you know what's going on.
And so your mum's, I guess, healthcare needs now, they're all taken care of in terms of this respiratory condition.
Yeah. We've got the in-house GP basically liaises with the lung specialist, and which saves me taking mum. I mean, I've taken mum a couple of times, but so all sort of doctor's appointments or specialist appointments, I look after all of that for both Russell, because I'm Russell's guardian. So I look after both out of outpatient appointments. But most of the stuff like dentistry and podiatry, that's all done. So I don't have to really worry about that.
Do the care team there keep you well connected with what's going on?
I get phone calls. Just for example, last week they rang me at about 10 o'clock at night just to say that, Russell had got up because he had a sore left hand, and, would you like us to call the doctor? And I said, no, it's fine. He's probably slept on it or something, because sometimes he loves a little bit of attention.
Don't we all?
So I said, just give it, a little bit of a massage and he'll be fine. But that's what it's like. Yeah. I get notified on everything, and the GP is wonderful. Yeah. He rings me and emails me with, reports. So he sees Russell probably once a fortnight, and he sees mum 2 or 3 times a week because of her respiratory issues. Yeah.
Is your mum happy with the decision she made?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I even asked her last week. I said to her, Mum, I said, Mum, are you happy here then? She said, oh, I think it's the best.
Oh, wow.
Best decision I've ever made, yeah. I couldn't have looked after myself at home, Jenny. Yeah. I couldn't have, And she said, I'm with people all the time, This nursing staff going backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice layout. I think the way it's all been built, it's not a high rise, it's a low rise. Yeah. It's 1 block from the hospital. I think people feel secure.
Yeah. Any words of advice for family members looking for more care than what they can comfortably manage?
I think you have to do a lot of research. You have to go out and actually look. Yeah. Not just in the mornings at one place. You need to go several times, during the day, have a look at them and see. I mean, I asked a lot of questions. I asked about the diets, the food, the cooking. I asked about how many staff are on at night, on the night shift, how many staff are there during the day on every shift. There's actually a wellbeing doctor on board that they've just employed as well. There's a physio team, there's a physio room, there's about 5 physios there. So you really need to go in and really look at what they've got to offer, not just a nursing home. Yeah. I feel very comfortable and content that I've got this place and that I found this place. she's happy, and that's the main thing. She's really happy, you know. She says, it's fantastic.
And that was her choice.
And
I mean,
it
you've
was her
listened,
choice.
you've honoured her choice.
Yes, yeah. And there's not many, friends I speak to, they go, you're just so lucky that Mum has settled in so well, you know. Because I did think she would call and say, oh, you know, wouldn't mind some Italian and some, you know, some Indian curries and stuff. But no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Jenny, hugely appreciative of you sharing your time and your journey with us. It's unique to be able to speak with someone who actually has 3 family members inside a care community. So heartwarming to know that they're all well and looked after. And thank you for sharing your journey with us.
I'm glad I could tell you my story because I've been wanting to for a while. There's so much negativity about aged care. So good stories are never spoken.
Yeah.
So it's so important to get this out.